The video from Dakota continues to play on your phone as the shadows grow darker. You know that your mom must be looking for you, that your friends are probably starting to head home. But I can't stop now. With every heartbeat. Chapter 11. The Send-Off. The day after Mateo is officially declared cancer-free, you and your friends are gathered in his room. I can't believe I'm actually getting out of here tomorrow. I can't believe I have to stop calling you Time Mom. You say that like you don't love having the opportunity to come up with another demeaning nickname. You're right, I should be looking at this as a glass half full scenario. Well, the glass seems completely full to me. How are you feeling, Mateo? Ready to party. Are we having a party? Oh, we sure are. Just something for the small kids in the ward. I want to have a proper send-off, you know? Because I sure as hell don't plan to come back anytime soon except to visit this old guy. Mateo grins at Dakota. So what's the plan? I need someone with leave the hospital privileges to organize the cake, and someone to get the balloons and streamers. Put me down for cake. Great, Lynn, that means you're the decoration committee. Try to get a color other than black. No promises. And remember, keep it simple. It's just gonna be us, the kids in the ward, and the nurses on call. Did I hear that you're all planning a party? Hey, Miss Batra, what are you doing here? I heard the good news and wanted to congratulate Mateo in person. Plus, one of the pediatric surgeons mentioned the party in the cafeteria. You here for an invite, Miss B? Not quite, though I'd love to come. I'm here to offer, to foot the bill. Mateo, as one of the earliest beneficiaries to Hope Springs, Inbrook Branch, you're like family to us. Your recovery brings us all so much joy. Let us help you celebrate. Wow, thanks, Miss B. Sage, I think the celebration would look wonderful in one of your videos. I'll be sure to bring a camera. As Miss Spatcher leaves, Mateo turns back to you and others grinning. Okay, a bigger budget means better food. We can still keep it simple. Mateo, my man, good news. All the nurses are chipping in to get you the biggest cake you've ever seen, so don't worry about getting your own, okay? Oh, thanks. Guess that means I'm out of a job. Mateo, some of the night staff are planning to come in early to see you all. Could we move the party to the main room so we all fit? And how do you feel about it, DJ? Over the next hour, a steady stream of doctors, nurses, and hospital staff stop by to wish Mateo well and make grander and grander suggestions for his farewell party. Dakota catches your eye and then gestures for you and Lennox to follow him out into the hallway. Okay, this is getting out of hand. Yeah, so much for the small get-together Mateo wanted. Glance over your shoulder at the enthusiastic party planners flanking Mateo on all sides. There are a lot of people in there. It's sweet they care so much about him. Yeah, they care so much they're gonna completely blow his last day here. At least the kids will love it, even if it is our version of hell. But there must be something we can do to save Mateo's last day. Oh, there is, but I need you to meet me back in here after visiting hours, okay? Think you can pull that off? Sounds like a challenge. Whatever it is, I'm in. That night, you head back to the hospital after dinner and find Lennox waiting for you in the parking lot. Ready to risk getting grounded again? Actually, I told my mom what we were doing. She even dropped me off. You're no fun. Lennox grins at you. Somewhere over the past few weeks, she started doing that more and more often. Hey, Lennox. Why were you such a jerk to me when we first met? She shrugs. I didn't trust you. And you do now? Well, yeah, you didn't bail when things got hard with Dakota. And what, you didn't believe I cared about him until then? No, I knew you liked him. Everyone likes Dakota. But not everyone can handle what it means to be with someone like him, or me, or Mateo. It's very true. We are very lone. She smiles and gestures to your bald head. There's a lot of people who'd shave their head just to make someone with cancer feel better. That was pretty freaking awesome. It was the least I could do. It wasn't, which is why I appreciate it so much. Now, could we please cut the feelings crap and sneak into the hospital? After you. She grins again and crouches down. You follow her lead, sneaking from car to car until you reach the front door. Now, you Lennox make a run for the sliding glass doors. The atrium is quieter than usual at this time of night. A security guard does a low lap of the area, covering the only path to the patient's ward. Hey, it's the Rock Johnson, everyone. Any ideas how to get past Officer Buzzkill over there? Run for it? Lennox rolls her eyes good-naturedly. Useless. Watch quietly as the guard turns the corner. Then two of you quietly make your way along the wall until you can sneak into the back stairwell and up to the pet ward. Dakota is already waiting for you in the hallway, leaning against the wall. Finally. We just sneak past the guard and everything. Yeah, what's your plan anyway? You'll see. Ready to give our boy the surprise of his life? First one to make him scream wins. Mateo's lying in bed, aimlessly flipping through the TV channels when the three of you jump into the room. Stop! Hands where I can see him. Here's Johnny. Surprise! What the? Mateo bolts upright into bed, the TV remote going flying. Just give me a heart attack, why don't you? How did you two even get in? You two? What? Oh, I guess me and Lennox, okay. With a couple of strategic murders. Ignore her. We're here to give you a proper send-off. Dakota brandishes a post-it with a flourish. I have a list of all the places in the hospital we've never been allowed to go, but I've always desperately wanted to go. We're gonna crash the restricted areas? This calls for my formal slippers. Restricted areas. My life of crime has prepared me for this day. That's the spirit. With Dakota and his camera leading the way, you and the others hug the wall of the hallway. Nurse's station. And then I told Mikey to get lost, because, well, you know, you, Mateo, and Lennox drop to your knees, crawl past the nurses. Doctor's 2 o'clock. I gotta stop pulling double shifts. Evasive maneuvers required for stair access. Do a barrel roll. You roll across the floor, springing back up to your feet as you reach the door to the stairwell. Ha-ha! You look up to find Dakota's camera trained on you. Nice moves, Teach. Someone's gotta show you how it's done. He laughs and offers you a hand up as Lennox and Mateo scuttle to the door. Clear! Onwards and upwards. You follow the group through the surgical wing and into the observation deck of an empty operating room. You all take a moment to catch your breath, and you look down at the OR below and all of its gleaming glory. So this is where Mom spends all of her time. Looks like an alien spaceship down there. Haven't you been in an OR before? Yeah, but we usually have the cheap seats. It looks different from up here. I'm gonna be down there one day, holding a scalpel instead of going under one. I didn't know you wanted to be a doctor. Hell yeah, I gotta pay it forward and all that. What about you, Sage? What do you want to be when you grow up? I used to hate that question, but I finally know what I want to be. A doctor, a lawyer, an actress. Maybe she'll take after her mother. I want to save lives, just like my mom. I'm sure she'll be proud. Plus, we'll be med school buddies. You smile, Dakota. Well, I already know what you're gonna be when you grow up. What about you, Lennox? Do you have a dream job? She jams her hands into her pockets and shrugs. Nah. What about the Olympics? The Olympics? Lynn's an amazing athlete. Was an amazing athlete. She taps her prosthetic. A leg's kind of a requirement for track and field. That is total BS. There are people who run with prosthetics all the time. Not for the Paralympics. I talked to your brother the other week and he said you still train all the time. Lennox sets her jaw. You get the sense that they've had this conversation before. Lennox, I think you'd be a star. I know what you guys are doing, and I'm not training for the Paralympics. The Olympics was a stupid kid dream. I just like to run. So, what do you want to do for a job? I don't know, and that's fine. Whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. On that note, to the future! He holds his fist up, and you and the others raise your fists and bump them against his. To the future. What they said. To the future. Your smile fades as you take in Dakota's forced expression. The reminder that his future has yet to be decided hits you like a bucket of ice water. Dakota. I'm fine, Teach. But let's not overstay your welcome. We've still got plenty of other hot spots to hit before the night is over. You and your friends spend the rest of the evening sneaking in and out of nooks and crannies of the hospital. I can't believe there were so many places in Edenbrook I never knew existed. I can't believe we never got caught. The night's still young. You four, stop right there! Damn it, Lennox, I knew that was a jinx! The four of you take off running down the hall, and the security guard hot on your heels. I said stop! I said lose some weight, Biggins! You burst in the atrium and duck behind a pair of chairs. The others follow close behind. Which way? Well, I still have one stop left on the bucket list, but where did they go? Maybe we'd better quit while we're ahead. What was the last stop? Edenbrook Tranquility Garden. I figured we could tell ghost stories up there. Oh my god, I thought that place was just a rumor. You're telling me it actually exists, and you know how to get there? Well, yeah, but I don't want to make Lennox and Sage stick around if things are getting hot. Shh, you know I'm in. The three of them turn to you expectingly. Please, Sage, trust me, you're not going to want to miss this. We'll tell amazing ghost stories. What do you say, Teach? Up for a little more adventure? The answer is yes. If you three want to get spooky, then I'm in too. And how are we going to get past that guy? I could have sworn those kids were here a moment ago. You'd see us if you could look down at your toes. Leave him to me. Dakota whispers to Mateo where you're to meet him after. Then you watch him in surprise as he leaves the hiding spot, arms outstretched and eyes closed. What is he doing? From the looks of it, sleepwalking. Dakota stumbles across the atrium and right into the security guard. You! Where am I? You aren't my teddy bear. You're supposed to be in your room. Oh, I'm so sorry. I must have been sleepwalking again. Silly me. If you could just show me back to the oncology ward. Security guard grumbles, but eventually leads Dakota away. Typical Dakota. No adult has ever not trusted him. Come on, we gotta meet up with him. You follow the others to a part of the hospital you've never seen before. Took you long enough. How do you get here so fast? After one second thought, I don't want to know. Where are we? The psych ward. Come on, the Tranquility Garden is this way. He leads you through the wing and up another set of stairs. Welcome to Edenbrook Tranquility Garden. Some bigwig donated the money for it like 10 years ago, but the only psych patients are allowed inside. It's everything I ever dreamed and more. Mateo disappears down one of the garden paths. Lennox rolls her eyes and follows him as Dakota turns to you. So, what do you think? I think it's got a very different vibe from the Psych Ward and Dark Pact. That's for sure. He takes a deep breath, drawing the fresh air deep into his lungs. I wish there was something like this for other patients. I mean, I get why it's up here, but it'd be nice for everyone else to have a garden too. Well, I could mention that to Miss Batra. I bet the Foundation would love to fund a garden project. Dakota smiles at you, reaching a hand out to finally touch your cheek. Do you ever stop thinking about helping other people? All the time. Especially when I'm around you, and you distract me. Oh yeah? And how do I distract you? You know. He tucks a gentle finger under your chin, lifting your lips towards his. He pauses when he's just a breath away, a smile playing at his lips. Like this. Dakota. Seriously. If you two lovebirds are finished, I've got a ghost story for you. All gather in the center of the garden as Mateo turns on his phone's flashlight and holds it under his chin. Long ago, there was an Edenbrook doctor who couldn't deal with his filthy co-workers. He passively aggressively loaded the dishwasher, like really loud. He wrote signs, he did everything he could to tackle the dish mountain in the doctor's lounge, but nothing could make these doctors clean up after themselves. Is this supposed to be scary? Shh, he's setting the scene. One day, when there was no clean mugs left, he tried to take a mug from the dirty pile to clean and caused a mug avalanche. He fell and hit his head, and a piece of the broken mugs pierced his brain. Finally, something good. With his last moments, he used his own blood to write a final message. You jump as Mateo pulls a laminated sign, and angry red capitals out from behind his back and shines a torch on it, reading its furious message. All used mugs go in the dishwasher. Groan. That was terrible. Yeah, it was, but we love you anyway. Where'd you even get that sign? And when did you have time for it? I swiped it from the doctor's lounge earlier. He tosses it across the circle at Linux, and she slaps it down out of the air. My turn. Did I ever tell you why nobody wants detention at Willow Creek High? Because it's detention? No, because they're afraid of what waits for them at the school after the sun goes down. What are you talking about? It all started with Shelly Gonzalez 30 years ago. She used to shoot spitballs at her math teacher's bald spot during class, and he wanted to make an example of her. Shelly was the only one in the detention one afternoon. She was doing her homework, not even near the teacher, when he screams. He accused her of throwing more spitballs or throwing something, but she swore it wasn't her. They were still arguing when a voice at the front of the room stopped them both short. I didn't do it. Hello. Dead giveaway. The teacher started looking for the girl, convinced it was a prank, but when he was bending down to see under the tables in the room, one of the lights overhead fell down, electrocuting him on the spot. You feel a chill at your neck, you ignore it, shivering. They called it a freak accident, of course. Shelley tried to speak out about what she'd heard, but nobody listened. Real talk. If I had been around back then, I probably would have been a Shelley denier. You might have changed your mind after the fire that broke out in the science lab during a Friday night detention later that year. All the kids made it out, but the teacher who was watching them burned alive. Every student who escaped remembered hearing the same words. A pair of hands grabs you from behind as someone shouts, I didn't do it! Laugh. You laugh, twisting your head to see Linux folding her arms behind you. Oh, I thought we had you. I'm very hard to scare. Very hard. Seriously? You think I'm that gullible? We were hoping anyway. Do you know any ghost stories, Sage? Oh yeah. This is a story about a girl I knew and her babysitting job. This girl at the old school had a regular babysitting gig with a nice family, and when the mom's brother moved to town, they referred to Carly to him to babysit his kids. The new family had a little boy, about 3 years old. Real cute, outgoing kid. She was giving him a bath when he froze on the spot. She asked him what was wrong, but the kid didn't move. He just shushed her. She thought he was talking about the family dog downstairs, which was going totally bonkers, so she humored him until the dog calmed down. Did she ever find out what had spooked them? Oh yeah, When she asked about their game later, the little boy went still again and said, "The bad man was behind you." That's such crap. Gotcha! You all yelp as security guard jumps out from the bushes, flashlight pointed right at you. Run! Dakota grabs your hand and the four of you rush out of the Tranquility Garden, through the psych ward and all the way down to Dakota's floor. I can't believe we almost got caught again. Yeah, that was freaking awesome. It almost made up for Mateo's story. Hey, that story was terrifying. Sure, if you're freakishly tidy. Either way, thanks for making my night, my last one to remember. We'd better leave before we push our luck, though. Wrap your arms around Dakota, kissing him sweetly on the lips. He kisses you back, struggling to catch his breath. Dakota, are you okay? He gulps and smiles. Yeah, just not quite as fit as I used to be. Does that mean we should run from security guards less or more? Definitely more. I gotta build my strength back up. Give him one last squeeze before heading towards the elevator with Lennox. You wave goodbye, keeping your eyes on Dakota until the elevator doors close. The next day. You're getting ready for Mateo's farewell party. I want to make sure I look my best. Bon voyage. Looks okay. Perfect. Dakota's not going to be able to take his eyes off me. Soon you arrive at the hospital to find that head ward has been completely transformed. We'll miss you. The kids of the ward squeal with joy as a DJ fills the room with an upbeat music. Doctors and hospital staff look on encouragingly. That cake was awesome! You find Mateo in the center of a crowd. It looks like everyone here is to see you off. Yeah, I think half the hospital's here. Mateo, I know you wanted something small, but admit it. You're loving all the attention. You deserve this. Thanks, Sage. You're pretty incredible yourself. I think we were really lucky to meet you. Oh, don't get sappy on me now. Cool party, Mateo. Lennox swaggers up to the group, digging into a cup of chocolate pudding. Where'd you get that? I know a guy who knows a guy. She pulls another sealed chocolate pudding from her bag. Why? You want one? Len, I could kiss you. Could you two just hook up already? Please don't. You laugh and raise your video camera as Mateo digs into his pudding. He looks into the camera and gives a wide, chocolatey smile. Thank you, Hope Springs, for everything. You give him a thumbs up and pan around the room, lingering on shots of doctors, dancing with kids, nurses, cutting cake, and Dakota filming you right back. You lower the camera with a grin, noting that he has changed back into his regular clothes for the party. You're glad that you dressed up too. For a moment, you can almost pretend like things are normal again. Dakota wraps an arm around your waist and kisses your forehead affectionately. You look stunning. Thanks. So do you. I'm had to bring my A game for Mateo's send-off. He leans in and presses his lips to yours. When you pull away, you notice his phone was trained on the two of you. Recording our kisses for posterity. Oh yeah, we're a romance for the ages, you and I. Blushing, you take Dakota's hand and lead him to the crowded dance floor. Next few hours fly by in a whirl of dancing, eating, and laughter. Finally, Mateo circles the room and makes his goodbyes, leaving you and your friends for last. This is it. My mom's downstairs filling out the paperwork. Mateo, keep in touch. I'll text you so often you'll get sick of me. Not possible. Wraps you in a long, tight hug and then moves on to Dakota. Hang in there, buddy. If I can survive this place, so can you. Stop worrying about me and get out of here. Finally, Mateo looks at Lennox. You can have one hug. One. You big softy. He wraps Lennox in a hug so tight it lifts her feet off the ground. Oh. He sets her down and steps back, taking a deep breath. I guess this is it. Good luck, Mateo. He takes another breath, smiles, and shoulders his duffel bag. You, Lennox, and Dakota watch as he walks down the hall and disappears into the elevator. Goodbye. Lennox clears her throat. It sounds oddly thick, like she's stopping herself from crying. I'm gonna head out too. See ya. Yeah, see ya. Dakota doesn't watch as Lennox walks away, his eyes glued to the place Matteo was standing just moments ago. Dakota, are you okay? Yeah. He looks at you and forces a smile. I'm happy for Matteo. Just sad for you. It's gonna be a lonely night, that's all. He looks at you, hope flaring in his eyes. Do you think you could stick around for a while? I hate to ask, but I could really use the company. We could order takeout, make a whole date of it. I haven't had one of those in a while. What do you say? This book's kind of tearing at me a little bit, I digress. But I have emotions, shut up. That sounds perfect. We can have a romantic indoor picnic. You're reading my mind, Teach. Dakota offers you his hand, and the two of you walk back to his room, debating what kind of takeout to get. Half an hour later, you and Dakota are snuggled on a blanket on the floor, takeout boxes strewn before you. Chinese. This looks incredible. Best food I've had in months. Edinburgh may be state-of-the-art, but its cafeteria food still leaves a little something to be desired. The two of you cheers your egg rolls before digging in. You know, Dakota is still picking at his food, but he definitely has more of an appetite. I think I was actually starting to forget what real food tastes like. And here I thought it was just the company that made this meal so special. Well, that too, but you know what would really put this night over the top? What? A round to plead the fifth. Only if I get to go first. Fire away. Tell me. Do you think Matteo and Lennox are secretly in love? Dakota gives us an amused snort of a laughter. What? It's a valid question. With a resounding no for an answer. Really? I think they'd be a good cute couple. Len and Matteo love each other, sure, but not in a romantic way. You don't think that could change? Not unless they both get amnesia. Okay, my turn. What did you really think of me when we first met? I thought, who's that hot guy and how do I get him to talk to me? Good thing I'd already spotted you and made it my life's mission to talk to you. So you like me too, huh? I looked at you and it was like being pulled by a magnet. I never had a chance of not falling for you. Lucky me. No, lucky me. Your turn again. Don't go easy on me. How do you really feel about Matteo getting discharged? That was a trap. Was it though? You said not to go easy. Good point. I feel a lot of things. I'm so happy he's gonna be okay, but it was nice to have someone else trapped in here with me. Whenever I couldn't sleep, I'd sneak over to Matteo's room. Now I'm alone again. He hesitates, and you put a hand to his cheek and gently lift his gaze to yours. Go on. Whenever I felt scared, I could talk to him about it, because we were scared of the same thing. And I know you're here for me, but it's different. I don't have to feel guilty when I talk to him about dying. You know? It's an interesting thought. I'm sorry, Dakota. I don't want you to feel guilty. I know, and I don't want you to apologize. It just means I don't want to get to be all selfish and gloomy as I need to be sometimes. Can't you still talk to Matteo or Lennox, for that matter? Sure, it's just that those thoughts tend to creep in late at night, and I don't want to bother them at home. But the rest of the time, I really am fine. The chemo's working, I can feel it. Dakota. And Dakota's phone buzzes with a video call. It's Mateo. Guess you can still talk to him at night as much as you want. You should answer it. Are you sure? Of course. I'll wait to ravish you until you're done. Dakota grins and answers the call. Hey, Mateo. You made it home okay? Sure did. And this big fat guy was waiting to greet me. Say hello, Monty. Ow. Hi, Monty. Can't talk long, but I wanted to check in and say goodnight. And to tell you that if you can't sleep tonight, you can still call me no matter the time. Promise, Dakota. I promise. Thanks, man. Don't mention it. Now, I'll let you two get back to whatever you were doing. Mateo and Monty out. Screen goes dark as Mateo hangs up. Dakota turns to you with a smile. Now, what were we doing? Something about ravishing. I believe you were just about to kiss me. Ah, yes, I remember now. He takes you in his arms and kisses you, sweetly at first. Then you wrap your arms around his neck and deepen the kiss, and his passion matches yours. Heartbeat for heartbeat. Dakota. You sink into the blankets together, your legs intertwined, as he peppers your neck with soft, tantalizing kisses. Sage. You savor the feeling of his warm body pressed against you, letting yourself melt into his embrace. You know you don't have long before the night nurses stops in to take his vitals, but you're determined to make the most of your time together, however short. As the weeks roll by, you spend every spare moment with Dakota at the hospital. Before you know it, spring break is over and you're returning to school, still without Dakota. Sage. You turn around to see Heather and Jaden marching towards you with looks of bright determination on their faces. Hey, how was your spring break, Heather? Good, but we wanted to talk to you about something. We want to visit Dakota in the hospital. And we're not taking no for an answer this time. I have a tear. Shut up. Anyway, it's a mixture, and I'll go ahead and tell you why. So first of all, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to these videos. I am one of, I believe, 3 content creators currently covering this, and I am the only one who actually reads these books. There used to be a fellow content creator that actually did. Unfortunately, I missed her voice. She was, another content creator who actually read. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into this real quick. Yes, this is, in a way, me telling something to you guys that I've never talked about. And it's one of the things that's kind of making me emotional during this. It would be nice for people to have kind of like garden things to go to. Unfortunately, most hospitals, about 99% of them, don't have it. My view as a kid from my hospital room window was a roof with an air conditioner. That was it. That was my view. I'm just remembering it as if I'm there right now throughout reading this book. So, and I know with what's to come, my view will unfortunately be just as crappy. So, yeah. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace.